Hello people, this is Problem Solver 88 and I have Dragon Age Origins open because I'm going to clarify some problems that are revolving around a tactics menu. And I'm not just talking about the problems that the new players are having using it. I'm talking about some of the heated debates I've seen on forums and chat rooms and other various places that take place between the experienced players and the newer players, because the newer players are asking how to use this and the experienced players who are already familiar with BioWare's menu systems and setups and have played them can't figure out why the new players don't get it. And that's completely unfair to do to a new player, forcing their knowledge onto a new player. However, the new players can't explain what they're trying to ask the experienced players. So you wind up with a bunch of wall of text in the forums and everything else. So I've decided to clear this entire thing up with video, explaining to the new players how to use this, but also at the same time clearing up what the new players are seeing so the experienced players can actually see what they're not understanding. Now, before I go into this all has to do because BioWare does not know how to write instructions according to things so a new player can actually read it and understand it. And of course, again, the experienced players aren't going to understand why I'm saying this. It's because the experienced players are oblivious to this because they just automatically know what to do. So, again, the problem here is BioWare spent almost 8 years making this game and they still don't know how to write proper instructions for things for new players, because they write their instructions geared only toward their target audience who already understand this stuff. So let's get right into it. First, I'm going to open the tactics menu. Now, BioWare's instructions in the manual basically say that all the passive and healing stuff take place completely and solely on the left half of the menu. That is the way the instructions actually have that written. In the manual, if you read it from page 28, I believe, to 31, it actually goes over the entire tactics menu, but the way it's printed out, a new player is seeing that the left half is completely and solely operates only on its own and has only to do with passive and healing. And if you continue to read, it's basically saying that all the attacks and aggression come from the right half of the menu, but in either case, both sides of the tactics menu operate completely and independently from the other. Now, anybody with half a brain and common sense, and I just don't understand why the experienced players don't get this, but whatever. Anyway, this part of what I'm about to explain goes to the experienced players on why the newer players don't get this. Because anybody with half a brain who knows anything about computing knows that when you click a menu and you have options here, you see arrows pointing to the right, which indicate there's another menu that's going to open up with more options. So using self as an example, I'm going to open that because I know right from looking at this that there's another menu. Now, I open it again and I see there's another menu with further arrows. And using health as an example, I now know if I click on this, there's going to be an additional menu. And once that menu opens up, I am using common sense stating that there should be further arrows pointing right, which allow me to open up other menus. But that isn't the case in this. What happens now is a new player gets stuck at this because now he's saying, okay, I have a menu upon a menu, and where's the remaining of the menu? Okay? And again, because they've already read the instruction manual, I'm assuming that they're stating that, okay, I am trying to set up a passive and health effect, and BioWare has said that all of that stuff happens from the left half of the menu, so how the hell am I supposed to continue doing this? Because if I click health, less than 50%, I have half a tactic, I have half a command. In order for this to go on, you need more options off of this that allow this command to be executed. That is the way the new players are reading this, because that is the way BioWare has the instructions set up. And I don't understand why the experienced players don't get that menu after menu after menu, and then not having menus causes a problem. I just don't understand why the experienced players don't get that. But anyway, the point is that that's what the new players are seeing. Now, to all you new players, it's unfortunate that BioWare doesn't write the instructions, but what the experienced players are doing is they're saying that the left half of the menu, because they already understand it though, the left half of the menu is only part of the command, which is correct. This is part of a command. Now, the first part of the command is a specific condition, okay? This means that when your health hits less than 50%, okay? You now need to tell the game what you want to do when your health is at 50%, less than 50%. So now what happens is, I should say that's 50%, yeah, or less than 50%. But anyway, the point is that now you need to tell the game what's going to take place when your health hits that. So the problem is where are the rest of those options since they're not on here? What BioWare should have said is that once you set this up on the left half, you now need to go to the right half. BioWare did say this, however, they said it half-assed and it doesn't make any sense. Because again, you're only concentrating on this and now you're missing menus and now you don't know what the hell's going on. Okay? Now, I just want to point out for all you experienced players, this is not common sense. Common sense is this: I'm missing menus. This is not common sense because of what the instructions already explained. So anyway, to the newer players, yes, this is part of a command because that's the way BioWare has this set up. If you want to continue this command, you now need to go over here and click this menu. And this is all the actual actions about what happened. Forgetting about the word behavior and forgetting about the word preset. These are specific things. This side is telling the game what to do once something specific happens or a specific situation has been met. Okay? This is if this situation gets met, and this is once that situation has been met. Now, if I want to go to, let's say, switch to melee weapons, when my health hits less than 50%, I am now going to switch to melee weapon. Again, BioWare screwed this instruction up, so I can see both parties having a problem understanding what the other is seeing, but unfortunately, this is what's going on. And the experienced players don't understand why the newer players can't just look over to the right. It's because it's not that simple to a newer player. The newer players can't explain that they don't know why there's no excess menus. So it goes back and forth, back and forth. So anyway, using this one thing as an example, this is how you activate the tactics menu for your character. Now the other problem comes into is that BioWare didn't really explain properly either. Again, this is explained in the manual, but it's explained half-assed. So anyway, what happens is, this is me. I named my character Zero. But if I want to set the dog's tactics menu up, it's unfortunately that they don't tell you that this actually changes what menu is for what. So every character has their own tactics menu, and that's one of the ways to get to it. So now I'm on War Dog in the same situation. I want to set it up so when my War Dog's health is less than 50%, I can just get him to growl. Or I can get him to, jump to tactic 2, or whatever, and that would be here. So that is how the tactics menu works. That is how to change them. That is what to do. And I hope this has cleared up for the new players what to do, and I hope this clears up for the experienced players why the newer players are having an issue. Unfortunately, BioWare, again, should be writing instructions so everybody can understand them. But, hey, what can you do? That's BioWare. Thank you for watching.